Hi guys, salut tout le monde.
Salut.
I'm Maïa and I'm French.
I'm Charlie, I'm American.
And we're going to keep watching Emily in Paris. Today we're going to talk about episode 3. Yeah, by the way, we are not filming in the cool room. We're at home, and so everyone is quarantined and doing renovations. So you might hear some sounds here and there. Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Jogging on the Seine.
Oh, it's gorgeous. You were living my life. Except for the jogging part. Emily, there's a man next to you who's exposing himself. Emily?
Oh my god!
Pardon?
No, sorry, that's my bad. You're peeing, and that's a urinal. Au revoir to you, monsieur.
Bonne journée.
Au revoir to you. Oh, that's cute. You don't have that in the US?
What, bye to you?
No, urinals.
Not outside like that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty common in Europe in general.
Yeah.
But it's better that than to pee
Yeah.
like in a corner.
Which people still do, especially by the Seine.
Yeah.
It's,
like during summer, because everyone's just having picnics, they just end up peeing everywhere. It's gross.
Yeah, I guess that's something that's kind of shocking for Americans is that French people tend to, some French people really smoke a lot. Or like it's okay to smoke at a cafe.
Outside.
Yeah, like
inside.
not inside, but outside at a cafe where you can't do that in the US.
Not even on a terrace?
No.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. No, it's true. It's really, I don't know, really common here. People smoke vapes more and more.
Oh, they vape?
The vape, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, cigarettes are still like really present.
Yeah, and then even like high school students smoke a lot in France.
Yeah, outside, but not in the school.
Not inside, but like
outside.
Like if you walk by a French high school, there will be a fair amount of kids outside smoking.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of weird.
And someone I knew, she used to work at a high school, and she said the teachers would like be smoking outside, and then the students are right there like smoking next to them.
Together, yeah. I guess when you're in high school, you're allowed to go out of the school premises or whatever for a break. But when you're in college, so when you're under 15, you can't.
Yeah, when you're in middle school.
Middle school, right? Yeah. You can't go out just for a break, like 15 minutes outside. So, yeah. So you see a lot of high schoolers outside, and some of them smoke.
What? Oh my god. No. Madame, the shower in my apartment just stopped working. Poof! Just like that. There's no more water.
Okay, so if you ever speak to a French person and you're speaking English, don't speak that fast. If you slow down, they might be able to understand kind of what you're saying if they don't speak English. But when you go off like that in English, like, no.
Yeah, and I guess also just to go back, and we talk about it every episode, I feel like it's like, please like say, oh, excuse me, like, because she's like, madame, like.
Yeah, she should have said bonjour.
Bonjour,
first.
excusez-moi, j'ai un problème, like, just like start something. I know it's her job, kind of, because she's the concierge. Like, she's not even knocking on her door. She's like, I don't know.
Yeah, screaming at her like through the window.
Yeah, it's a bit rude.
Yeah. So of course, she's not gonna take it well.
Right, yeah. I don't know how she's gonna react, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was mad or something.
Vous faites habiller dehors comme ça, vous croyez au carnaval ou quoi? Shower! Can you come see? Je comprends pas. Et j'ai pas de courrier pour vous.
The water is very unreliable in this building. The plumbing is 500 years old. Literally.
Mais comment ça me fatiguer, là? Depuis qu'elle est là, il y a que des problèmes.
About buildings being really old and plumbing being really old, that's true.
Yeah.
But I've rarely heard, like, just someone's shower stopped working. It's not really, I mean, it didn't never happen to us. Like, we do live in an old building. Sometimes the water just stops because people are doing some work, renovation.
But they'll usually put a note in the hallway, like, hey, the water is going to be shut off from this time to this time on this day.
There are, of course, like, leaks that happens. But, like, the water randomly stopping like that, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
So. It's funny. Do you recognize this place?
Yeah, definitely. It's like a student residence, this thing, in real life.
In real life, I don't remember what it is. They made it a school. It's not a school, right? It's just a dorm.
Yeah.
It's funny.
J'aime le café. J'aime le café. J'aime le thé. J'aime le thé. J'aime le sport. J'aime le sport. J'aime les bottines. J'aime la bottine. J'aime la danse.
I guess this is something that we see a lot, like in French class. You learn these things that you'll probably never say. You might say that, I don't know, once in a while, but it's probably not the most helpful thing to focus on in a class like this.
Bonjour Sylvie. Ah bonjour. J'aime nos bottines.
Well, I guess she used it. J'aime les bottines. So it's funny because last time I went out to film the locations, I tried to go to the office area because I thought it was near, what is it called, Mabillon, where the Apple store is, but it's not at all. So I was just like going around like the Halles area, like with the trottinette. I felt so dumb. I was like, but where is this place? I don't get it. And it's not. And then I looked it up online.
It's by Opéra, right?
Oh, in the first arrondissement somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe I guess it is next to Le Louvre.
Yeah, I guess to me that whole area is pretty close.
Look, I want to be part of the solution, not create problems.
Well, then you should listen more and talk less. This is a very important shoot.
I'm just going to be getting some behind the scenes for social in the States.
I just gotta say her beret, like most French people don't walk around wearing a beret. And if you
red.
if you see someone wearing a beret in Paris, a lot of times it's a tourist or something.
Or like older people.
Yeah, some people do though. Some people look great in it.
Usually it's something they wear like in the south of France, like Pays Basque or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a traditional attire over there. But some people still do. Like I think I saw a funny TikTok of someone saying, okay, like clichés, French people don't wear berets.
Oh, I saw that one too.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah,
It's pretty cool. We'll share it on the screen.
Ne crois surtout pas parce que tu joues les tombeurs et que tu es beau parleur que...
So I guess some people do, but it's not as common.
Antoine!
Appareil. Bonjour. Émilie? Nice to see you again.
Bonjour. I am...
Again, it's a workplace. You don't have to do la bise.
Yeah.
It's a bit awkward. Depends on the workplace. Every workplace has their own rules, kind of. But usually.
Well, what do you think? Because he's a client. He's our client, right?
Right. Yeah.
And if you see the client, probably wouldn't, right?
No. Like I remember when I was working in an office, like we had clients over all the time.
Yeah.
To do like reunions, workshops, I guess.
Yeah.
Brainstorming or whatever. We didn't do la bise to them at all.
Oh, okay.
So, but also I didn't know them, so maybe like people.
I mean, the boss might.
Yeah, maybe.
If they've been working together for years, maybe.
If they're kind of friendly, you know.
Yeah.
Probably it could happen, but not with the whole team or like like he's doing la bise to Emily. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, and then he's probably not gonna do it with the guy either.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's true. Like some guys don't do it to other guys. It depends.
It depends.
It depends.
I do it with my close friends, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah. Does my dad do it with?
Yeah,
he does it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you do it with like family and close friends.
Yeah.
Bonjour. I am très excitée to be here.
Excité? Really?
Excité does not mean excited. It means horny.
Oh.
He has a very funny accent.
Yeah.
Horny.
Yeah, I like that character. He's funny.
Yeah, I guess it's a common mistake we talk about a lot. I think every French channel, French Instagram, everyone talks about that. What's the best way to say that?
Je suis content d'être là.
Ouais, content is fine.
Yeah. So je suis content d'être là.
Ouais, je suis content d'être là. Je suis très content d'être là. Yeah.
So we follow this elegant young woman walking to work, and as she crosses the bridge, she becomes every man's fantasy and desire. Our tagline is dream of beauty.
I feel like I'm dreaming right now. This view is magical.
So
This is le Grand Palais. That's where we went
Ice skating.
skating. Yeah. Mais ça s'est vraiment rempli, il y avait personne quand on est rentré. Regardez. And this year it's probably gonna be cancelled because of the pandemic, but it's so nice. It's so beautiful to go ice skating in there. It's incredible.
It's really fun.
Usually they have really big exhibitions that are called monumenta because they give the whole space to one artist that creates a gigantic installation. It's always incredible.
Yeah.
So ice skating in there is really special to me.
Maybe in her dream she's wearing clothes.
It's surrealism. It's a long tradition in France. Man Ray, Cocteau.
No, she has no references.
I'm worried it won't translate in the States. In today's climate, it could come off as politically incorrect.
Politically incorrect. Is this the Me Too?
Balance ton porc.
Excuse me?
That's what they call it here. Out your pig.
It's a good word to know. Me too. We understand me too in France, but we call it something else. We call it balance ton porc, which is really informal and kind of vulgar. Un porc is like a pig, kind of like a pervert.
Yeah.
And balance means like out, like or
Balancer.
like balancer. You can also say snitch, like when you snitch
Yeah.
on someone at school. Balance ton porc.
Yeah.
So,
It also means like to throw.
It means to throw, but it's a slang word to mean to throw. But
Yeah.
une balance is like a scale.
Yeah.
But balancer is a slang word to say to throw. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good word to know, or expression.
What do you mean, no?
Où est-ce que ça bloque en fait? Je comprends pas. En fait, juste pour t'expliquer vite fait, ce qui bloque, c'est que ça c'est ancien, ça c'est nouveau. Et la pièce en fait qui fait le lien entre l'ancien et le nouveau, c'est un des coups de fixation. Coup de fixation, c'est-à-dire qu'il faut que j'appelle un pote. Ça peut être 4 heures à venir. Je sais même pas s'il va trouver la pièce. Donc là, ça peut prendre 4 heures. Donc ça, voilà, on a le temps de prendre un petit déjeuner, café croissant, tout ce que tu veux. Et ensuite, si la pièce arrive, je peux peut-être réparer le truc.
What did he say?
He would like some coffee and a croissant. Ce qui s'est passé, c'est que j'ai commencé dans le sud. Je suis parti.
Okay, so that's not how it works again. I mean, we get it. The more we watch it, it's just like
Yeah.
comedic show.
Yeah.
But just like any plumber, if he doesn't have the
Like, he'll
thing,
just leave.
he's just gonna leave and go
Yeah.
buy it and come back or come back the other day. Like you're
Yeah.
not gonna have a croissant with your plumber or
Yeah. I guess maybe something they're trying to get at is sometimes things are more complicated in France. Like when you're trying to do something like
or like people are a little bit less prepared.
kind of like, for example, before we go to a store, I'll often check if it's open, like that day or something, or like if we try to get something like fixed, like we'll call them first and make sure that they're there, because sometimes like a store will just be closed like randomly for no reason, or like
You feel like things are a bit less reliable here sometimes.
it's just a different way of like living, right? Like if someone wants to take the afternoon off and just close their store, they will, right? Or like sometimes I'll go to Picard and their like store will be closed for an hour for lunch, even though there are 2 people, and so they take lunch at the same time.
Yeah.
Where like for me in America, one person would take lunch and then they'd come back, and then so they wouldn't have to close the store.
Yeah, but that's really for small independent stores.
Well,
That's
Picard is a chain.
Wait, Picard did
Picard,
that?
yeah.
Oh, that's
Like
interesting.
if you go there at 1 o'clock, the whole place is closed for an hour because they both go to lunch at the
But
same time.
not all Picard.
I don't know about all. I just go to the one Picard.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, every store has kind of their policies. Or
Yeah. And just
Yeah.
like I find it's just a lot different than in the US.
I guess you'll find like random notes on the door like
Yeah.
oh we'll be back in 10 minutes or sometimes.
Yeah, or even
happens.
like in August when everyone takes vacation, if you didn't know, like so in August everyone goes on vacation and a store will be closed for like a whole month. Or sometimes like 2 months, right? From July and August, like the whole
2 months?
I've seen a flower shop that was closed for 2 months.
Oh, that's kind of rare, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was
probably.
rare.
Usually
but
it's a whole month.
yeah, but it's like why even open back up almost. But it's just like a different way of working. Like in France,
Yeah.
people prioritize their family and vacation's important, and so they take time off.
Yeah.
Whereas in America, it's not really like that.
Yeah, also everyone takes vacation, so they have less business if they're not in a touristy area.
Oh, in August, you mean?
Yeah, in August. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, what's the point? Like, I'd rather just have vacation than work for like, less money
Yeah.
or whatever.
It's kind of like something that you told me before moving here was that like things are kind of more complicated in France and that you couldn't explain it, but you had to show me, right? Like when we went to open a bank account and we went like 3 different times, so we spoke to 3 different people and they all told us something slightly different.
I said that about administration stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's really complicated and annoying, and no one knows what they're talking about. But
Yeah, it just took me a long time to get used to, but now it's just, yeah, it's okay. It's kind of like, remember when we went to renew my visa, but they were moving like from one place to another?
that was insane.
And there were like 100 students outside of the place, and everyone had to get their visa their visas renewed, and the guy, he comes outside and he's like, okay, look, we got nothing. We have no computers, no paper, nothing. I can do nothing for you. And like some guy
insane.
He was asking, he was like, how, can you write me a note or something for my job? I'm about to get fired. And he's like, je fais comment? Je fais quoi? Enfin, je fais comment? And he kept repeating, je fais comment?
Yeah, the administration people, that's the worst. They're just like, they can't do anything, and sometimes they don't want to do anything, but sometimes they really don't have the power to do anything, because that's how the system works. Yeah, that story, that was crazy. They moved buildings, and they just did it like before all the students arrived.
Yeah, and they had no computers and nothing.
They had nothing. Yeah, that was crazy. Anyway, but it's funny. They have a lot of stories.
yeah. But all that to say, it's very different from the U.S., but I still really like living in France, and it took some getting used to, but it's just another way of living.
Et à droite à gauche, je ne sais même plus dans quelle carte j'étais. Je reconnaissais rien en fait. C'était fou.
What did he say?
Oh, we were just talking about where we both were when France won the World Cup. Honestly, you couldn't walk down the street that day.
Okay, what about the shower?
Oh yeah, when France won the World Cup. Yeah, we'll show you guys. We did a vlog about it. It was crazy. It was like we won a war.
Alors j'arrive à Bastille et c'est un peu la folie là, je crois, je vois de la fumée rouge. Je sais pas du tout où est Charlie, on doit se retrouver à Bastille. On va voir si ça va marcher. Mais c'est juste la folie.
So, how to invite somebody to a party? Yes, Todd.
Veux-tu m'accompagner à la fête chez Jean-Jacques?
Jean-Jacques.
Je viendrai avec plaisir.
Well, his accent was really good.
Yeah.
Tu m'accompagner à la fête chez Jean-Jacques?
On ne m'a pas invité.
Ne sois pas triste, il n'invite que ses proches amis.
Voilà.
So, veux-tu, it sounds really formal in everyday speech.
Veux-tu m'accompagner à la fête chez Jean-Jacques?
So we have a video about this actually. When you ask questions, you don't really want to use inversions. I mean, you can, it works, but it sounds formal, and most French people in everyday situations aren't going to talk like that. So it's more like tu veux, and then whatever you're trying to ask.
Or like, est-ce que tu veux venir à la soirée?
Tu viens ce soir? Or like something like that.
Je viendrai avec plaisir.
Even his answer is like super formal.
Yeah.
Avec plaisir.
Yeah, it's you sound like you're reading a textbook when you talk like that.
Yeah.
Like you could say ouais, carrément. Like, ah ouais, trop bien. Enfin, ah ouais, on y va. Allez.
Ouais.
Like,
Ouais, super idée, like whatever.
Yeah, it's funny how people learn things in French class that they would never say in their own language. Like I wouldn't say my pleasure.
Oh,
like
my
something.
pleasure. Yeah.
When you hear someone like that, they haven't really spent that much time like speaking French, or their French it's probably not that good.
Yeah.
And then I find a lot of people will switch to English because they feel like you're not comfortable with the language.
Yeah. Some people sometimes ask us like, oh, can I still use the inversions? You can, but just know that it might create like a distance between the people you're trying to interact with. And if I was to meet a French person who speaks like that, oh, veux-tu venir à ma soirée? I'd be like, oh my god, I'm not comfortable with that. Like that's just too formal. And then again, that distance. So.
You cost us time and money on the shoot yesterday with your questions.
Bonjour, Sylvie.
Stay quiet.
Yeah, she got used to the culture. It's funny. She was like, bonjour, Sylvie. Because that's what French people would do.
Yeah.
Did you really not agree with me? Just a little.
I don't take such a simplistic view of men and women. That's very American.
That's literally why I'm here. To bring an American point of view.
You're more like the prude police.
I'm just trying to imagine a social campaign that doesn't seem tone deaf to the cultural moment. Honestly, I'm only worried about Antoine.
Why don't you leave Antoine to me?
So again, I feel like they're trying to make it about France versus America. I feel like there's also a generational thing too.
I think you were telling us about that last time.
Yeah. Again, like I feel like politically correctness is more present in the US than France, for sure.
Yeah.
So there is a cultural difference. But I feel like it's also a generational thing. So yeah, keep that in mind.
No, but obviously, like Sylvie is kind of jealous of this younger woman coming in.
Right.
Everyone's paying her
story.
attention, and even her lover, what's his name, Antoine.
Antoine,
like
yeah.
he's like paying her attention and.
Yeah.
I'm going out to lunch. A long lunch with wine.
It's 11 a.m.
Well, c'est la vie.
What time did you usually have lunch when you worked at an office?
From 1 to 2.
Like 1 to 2,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
And last time she said she could have a lunch
3-hour
break.
lunch.
Yeah, 3-hour lunch break, go to the Louvre. Like, no, you can't. Usually it's an hour, and if the office place is kind of cool, sometimes we would do like an hour and a half if we were like, I don't know, talking too much, or sometimes we
You guys would have lunch together, right?
Yeah, usually the office where I was before was so cool. We all got along so well, and we were all really friendly together. And
That's cool.
So we would go have lunch all the time. So yeah.
And you can totally have wine with lunch. It's okay.
Yeah, you can have a glass of wine.
Yeah, a glass is okay. I feel like that might be frowned upon in the U.S. maybe.
Oh, that's
maybe.
interesting.
I don't know. I've never really worked in an office in the U.S.
Yeah.
But
But it's not everyone will do that. Like
yeah, you don't drink a lot.
Yeah, and people in the office where I worked at, no one had wine for lunch. So it's not like something everyone does. But my dad for sure is gonna have a glass of wine at lunch if he goes out, for sure.
Thou shalt always maintain a positive attitude. Thou shalt avoid workplace romances. You told French people this? No wonder they hate you. Oh, not just this. They disagree with everything I said.
Again, it's not a French thing to have office romances. It's not something that happens in every... Like, if it happens, it happens, but it's not like... Again, don't think it's like that in France.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything you see in the show, just take with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
A lot of it's exaggerated or not true.
Yeah, but of course some workplaces might be toxic. Some workplaces there might be like sexual harassment, like in every country.
Yeah,
of course.
definitely. Yeah.
But it's not a French thing. Oh yeah, we all like hook up together at work. Like no.
Yeah.
That's the French way. They're very disagreeable. But I'm an agreeable person.
That's true though. French people are disagreeable.
Yeah, it's like in the culture, ever since like the revolution. Like
yeah, or even just like all the protests.
Yeah.
Like, they always try to think by themselves and protest and find their own way or whatever.
a lot of times there's violence after protests and people like attack police and stuff. It's very...
Yeah, I mean that's the recent years. When I was a
since
kid,
when? It wasn't like that when you were a kid?
No,
Yeah.
not at all. But I think that's a recent thing all over the world. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, in the US,
It seems kind of extreme in France, at least for the past 5 years I've been here.
yeah,
I see things I just wouldn't imagine.
yeah, it's true. No, for sure. Yeah, but again, we like to go on tangents.
Oui, another suggestion?
No, an invitation. A friend is having a dinner for me, and
Sorry, I'm busy.
I didn't tell you when it is.
Oh, whoops.
Look, I know you haven't warmed up to me yet, but I promise you will if you get to know me.
I don't want to get to know you.
Okay, fine.
Just a question. I feel like now I'm curious about American culture more than we're talking about French culture, but is it common to like invite your boss or to do stuff outside of the office?
I don't know.
It's not really here.
I've not really had many jobs in the US.
I guess not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's maybe a question for you guys. Is it a thing in the US? Like you invite your boss to a dinner party? Like I don't feel like it's a common thing here at all. It might take a long time, like many years before you start doing that.
I feel like you could, because this is like a small office and she sees her every day, like...
But she just arrived. It's too early for me. Like, of course it can happen.
I guess
but
anything
after
can happen,
many
I don't
years-
know.
Yeah. It's just something I thought about. I think it's a bit early, but...
Yeah.
But
Or maybe
okay.
she would invite like a few people from the office, like, hey, I'm having a get together, you guys want to come over?
Right,
Of course
maybe.
the boss is invited to, like maybe more like that.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, probably. I was like, I thought everyone was in the hallway in the building. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Amazing. Everyone, this is Emily. Thought you said it was...
She wanted to invite her boss to a party like that. No, that's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm more shy, but
Yeah.
I feel it would be kind of awkward.
But
to-
she didn't know it was going to be a rager.
Probably
like
not,
that.
yeah, probably not.
People, it's Snowball. Emily est arrivée de Chicago pour travailler dans une agence de marketing à Paris. We're gonna be right back.
C'est génial. Oh mon Dieu, mais t'es pas vêtue là?
Non, c'est bon, je crois plus à l'amour, c'est fini.
Non.
Oui, mais par contre, je suis à fond sur mon boulot.
C'est génial
Ouais,
ça.
c'est génial.
Quand tu sais, je suis à fond sur mon boulot.
Ah ouais, je suis à fond sur mon boulot.
Yeah, that was a good one to know.
Mm.
Être à fond, it means like to be deep in like 100%.
Yeah, into anything. Like, elle a dit sur mon boulot.
Yeah.
Yeah, je suis à fond. You can just use it alone like that. Je suis à fond. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I'm
Like
all-
right now we're deep making this video. Oh ouais, on est à fond.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like analyzing and
Yeah.
yeah.
Because fond means like the bottom of a bag maybe, or like au fond du resto.
I think it also refers to the when you press the gas pedal
Mhm.
in a car. Je suis à fond means like I'm like all speed,
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
max
Yeah.
speed or whatever.
Yeah, I think of it too like au fond du resto, like I'm in the back of a restaurant. Mettre la musique à fond.
Yeah, à fond is like always to the max,
Yeah.
to the last, or to the bottom, or to the
Yeah, like to the max, like
to
as,
the max,
as
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm the American girl.
Oh,
Emily.
Fabien.
Okay.
Yeah, so no one does that.
No, that's so weird.
Very beautiful. No?
Oui. J'aime beaucoup. J'aime.
What?
Good.
That
I feel like
doesn't-
this is the canal thingy, but they put
Yeah. Okay. So that's just made up. It's fine. I mean, it's a movie. They can invent a set, but there's nothing like that with the little lights next to the Seine. Like some bars decorate
Yeah.
during summer, especially.
yeah.
But yeah, with the tonneau, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, there are places like this. I don't know where this is at. What?
With, I don't know. With just une planche, et, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's definitely a made up set.
I like les pavés.
You call it? I do like the
I
band.
like les huîtres.
Oysters.
Oh yeah, they made an oyster bar outside.
C'est pas que c'est mauvais, c'est juste qu'on voit pas. Si tu veux, donc,
I believe you have an expression.
That's funny, but je vois pas. It might sound rude to people who don't speak French. You're like, well, I can't see, but
Yeah.
it's just like it's just a filler word.
Yeah, it's something that I had trouble with when you would talk to me. You said bah, blah. Like you'd always like make noises like that, or but it's just kind of how the language works.
Yeah. Yeah, you thought I was rude to you.
Yeah, it sounds kind of
or-
rude. It's like, well, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, so we might incorporate your questions in the next video.
if you want to work on your French, we have free e-courses for you at StreetFrench.org. We're also really present on Instagram. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out episode 1 and 2 of Emily in Paris.
And we've also made a really cool phonetics series. That's it for this video, and see you next time. Bye bye, salut.
Salut.